Okay, you guys, so we're going to go replicate this. Again, we talked about the high value, this section and this section right over here. Middle value, kind of, it's a little bit lighter than middle value, but you got one zone, you got two zones. So this is like, imagine you drew this and you have this stripe on top of it. That's one zone, two zones. The core shadow right here, the darkest dark, is your third zone. And then back here, you get this little bounce light or reflective light from what's going on over here, lighting coming back and hitting. And it's going to cause that to be a little bit higher in value. So essentially you got 1, 2, maybe 3 zones to transition to the fourth core shadow, and that's 4 zones and 5 zones. So that's what we have right here, okay? So the technique I was telling you is go light by getting off of the pencil tip and just dragging it and changing directions and getting off your pencil tip, because if you're on your pencil tip you're going to get lines. You don't want lines, you want it to be an airbrush. The other thing is that I shaved out with an X-Acto blade so that I can get a flat side to help me get a smoother gradient, a smoother value indication. Okay, that helps. So getting back to it, off of the pencil tip, changing directions. This is supposed to be the middle value, so this should be lighter. And what's nice is that at the end, I'm not going to erase until I'm finished. Probably should erase this, however, but you'll get the point. Value indication, off the tip so you get an airbrushed effect. Changing directions. This section right in here gets a little bit darker, so I can do that. And again, right in here, I'm going to just soften the edge just a little bit, not much. And then this is the core shadow section, which is the darkest dark. This gets to be the darkest. And then this out here gets a little bit lighter. But that's essentially what we're going for. We're trying to just see the value zones, and if you can break it down simplistically like I just did, it makes it a lot easier for you. And then when you're done, you can get your eraser and you can go around the edges and clean it up. Bye now. Okay, this is the nature of the beast when you're dealing with Nero pencils, because they are oil-based. They're more difficult to erase. Okay, so essentially you got the point. Down here, if you wanted to go and refine it more, you can do small little circles. And the small little circles small little circles will help you. So again, small little circles down here to get this to be darker, and again to maintain the airbrushed effect. Small little circles. Because again, we don't want this. That's going to be a downgrade. Okay, we're looking for a graceful indication. So once again, don't forget, the core shadow is your darkest dark. Transitioning out of the darkest dark. To the high value, and then transitioning out of that into the darkest. And I can exaggerate it by having it round out a little bit more here so it goes around the cone. Okay, that's what we're looking for essentially. Get her done.